Hello, 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 welcome to Firearms of America, and today we have a hiking boot review from Ariat, and this is Ariat Terrain H2O hiking boot. And let me tell you, as soon as I opened up the box, I was really impressed by the build quality. It seems very, very nice. If you don't have a full 10-15 minutes to watch the whole review, I do like this boot. I definitely recommend getting it. If you're looking at it, get it. You're not gonna regret it. They do run true to the size. They are comfortable, not the lightweight kind of boot, but not very heavy either. Anyway, that's it for the preview. Let's get into the main review. So, as some of you already know, this review is specifically for my Ultimate Survival Boots section. Basically, if this was your last boot for the survival, any kind of survival situation, whatever you can think of, war, catastrophe, natural disaster, I don't know, liberals going crazy, would this be a good boot for you? I think overall this is a pretty good option, but let's talk about the criterions that we make the judgment by. The very first one being the comfort level. In order to test the comfort, what I do is I do a 3-mile run in this boot, in all the boots that I review here on this channel, and then a 5-mile walk without stopping, without taking the boots off, without taking the rest. Total wear time is about 7 to 8 hours. Now these boots are obviously not very easy to run, and because of this weight, they are not really on the lightweight side. They are more on the heavier side. Another thing is the inner sole, even though it is advertised as the special advanced torque, stability, all of this sort of stuff, and it has the EVA lining in between to take on the impact, nevertheless, it is more on the harder side compared to other boots that I have reviewed on this channel. So, if you're not running properly, you will take a lot of impact. You will feel that impact in your ankles, in your knees. So after about 2 miles, I was pretty tired. Another reason is the bottom sole is, although it is fairly flexible, it is really not flexible enough to run properly. So again, you do put some extra stress on your ankles and on your knees. And of course, as you probably already noticed, there is this heel going here in this boot, which I haven't seen in a lot of hiking boots, but this is the case here. So definitely does prevent you from running properly. So whenever it comes to running, might be not the best option out there. However, walking wise, they are fairly comfortable. Now, the only complaints that I have whenever it comes to walking is that I do feel like they are very spacious for the size, even though the size fits me perfectly. They are very spacious on the inside. Just my fitment, it might work for somebody else better. But for me, they are a little bit too spacious. So I would recommend, in case if that's the case for you guys, I would recommend getting a nice pair of thick socks so that it kind of covers that space in between and holds your foot in place, because whenever I was walking, I felt my heel going up and down and boot basically not moving with it, if that makes sense. Anyway, so on the comfort level, I would give this boot a 7 out of 10. They are comfortable overall for walking, but for running, they're not comfortable. And also, because they are spacious on the inside, they might be very specific for the fitment, for the type of person they're gonna fit. Might not be the case for you, like I said, but for me, they are a little bit too spacious. So let's move on to the criterion number 2, which is the proofing and protection. Now, these boots are waterproof. As you can see, they feature a gusseted tongue, which is about 4 inches of the bottom of the outsole. So if you step in the creek, 4 inches deep, pretty good. You're not gonna get wet. Very nice. Whenever it comes to protection, these boots are 100% leather, which is, leather is always much more, gives you a little bit more protection than, let's say, a synthetic, and anything synthetic really. But I do wanted to point out a few things here. For example, this toe is reinforced. It's not anything special. I do wish that this reinforcement went a little bit higher to give you a little bit of extra, especially from something falling from the top on your toe. but still nice to have a little bit extra. Also, the heel is reinforced as well. Now the ankles, there isn't really much going on in the ankles. It's fairly thin. So if you have an impact from the side into your ankle, well, you're out of luck. Anyway, that's enough with the proofing and protection. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, which is the quality and the design features. Now, like I said, quality, the build quality is absolutely amazing. And you can see by the reviews on Amazon, I put the link in the description below, there's more than 800 reviews on these boots, and most of them are 5 stars. So people do like these boots. They are built with quality. And like I said, whenever you take it out of the box, you can feel the build quality is just great, absolutely great. Design features, there's really nothing special to talk about. I already said they're waterproof. I already mentioned the covers here and there. Whenever it comes to lacing, the lacing system is nothing special. They do feature metal hardware here and here, metal rings, which makes it easier for the strings to slide. I like that, definitely like that. If you ask me if it's easy to put them on or off, I would say they're in between. It's not exactly easy to put them on, but it's not really hard, so really nothing special anywhere all the way around. Anyway, let's move on to the criteria number 4. It's the outsole traction and stability. Now, I never had a boot like that on my channel before, with that flat of the bottom sole. Now, it is really flat. There's no aggression at all going in this boot, so keep that in mind. If your terrain needs more aggression, definitely look around some more, because these are super duper flat. I personally prefer more aggression, just to give, you know, a little bit more versatility whenever it comes to different terrains. I personally test them on asphalt, on tarmac, wet grass, trail surface, sand, rocky road, and a few shiny surfaces, marble, tile. Now, they perform very well on asphalt, tarmac, no problems there. On the wet grass, they are a little bit slippery, as you can imagine, because there is really no aggression. On the sand, they do perform very well because they are flat, so the sand doesn't get stuck anywhere. Fairly simple to walk through the sand in these. Trail surface, they perform fine as long as there is nothing slippery. Again, if you encounter something slippery, you will be sliding around because there is no aggression. And on the flat surfaces like tile and marble, they do perform, again, fairly well because flat, a lot of flatness, and that's what you want on the flat surfaces. Rocky road, because the outsole is a very hard rubber, you don't feel anything whenever you're walking over the sharp rocks. They do protect you from that very well, so I like that. I like that for protection. We're gonna add that for protection as well. Stability wise, they do offer good stability. You know, traction is good, stability is good. The only thing is, like I said, because fitment, not very good fitment for me specifically. Personally, I would get a pair of thick socks to give you more stability so that your foot doesn't wobble around, because that definitely affects the stability. Okay, so criteria number 5 is the temperature. Now, I was testing them in Florida, 95, 96 degrees, pretty hot. They are not very breathable, so I did get a little bit hot in these boots, but nothing too crazy. In the cold temperatures, I don't think they might be too bad, because, I mean, they don't offer a lot of insulation, but with some nice insulated socks, I think you can push these boots a little bit more to the limit. Plus, they're waterproof, so in the sand, I mean, not in the sand, in the snow, they should be pretty good, because they are waterproof, obviously. Anyway, let's move on to the sizing. Criterion number 6, like I said, they do run true to the size. However, the fitment wise, they are a bit on the spacious side, so keep that in mind. Criterion number 7, the very last one, probably the most important one, is the balance of application. If this really was your last boot that you put on before you run out, walk out, and you have to survive for the next, I don't know, 20 days, walking through the wilderness, running, climbing, maybe fighting, I don't know, whatever you have to do, would this be a good boot? I think overall this is definitely a good boot. It's a great quality boot, number 1. This is the best part about these boots, is the build quality. Like I said, they are beautifully built, and just everything feels really good about this boot. They don't offer a lot of protection, but they do offer some. They are on the heavier side, not on the lighter side, so you're sacrificing a little bit of mobility for a little bit of protection. It's really personal choice. Do you want more mobility? Do you want to be faster? Or do you want to be slower but a little bit more protected? This one is on the slower side, more protected side. But overall, like I said, a pretty good boot. And that brings us to the last criterion, which I think is another really good thing about this boot that you're definitely gonna like, is the price. And the price of this boot is $70, and I think it is a great price for the quality, for the build quality that you are getting. I think it's a fantastic price for $70, 100% leather, built like a tank, absolutely beautifully, waterproof. I think it's a really good option, and that's really why people buying this boot a lot. You know, 800 plus ratings. They had to sell a lot of boots to get 800 plus ratings, you know. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. The price is definitely right. So if you are looking at these boots for your survival, I would say good option, but look around some more. On this channel, I have reviewed plenty of boots, so keep in mind. But if you are looking for if you do regular hiking, nothing crazy, nothing special, and these boots will fit you right, not like me, but better, you're gonna love this boot because they are built nicely, and overall I think they are a good boot. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you have any requests for reviews, let me know. I will be happy to address those. I put them on my special list. If this video review was useful for you, please hit the like button, please subscribe, it's very helpful. Still a growing channel, and every subscriber definitely counts. Thank you very much guys for watching. This was Firearms of America, and I'll see you guys in the next video.